Right. That should be me live then, I think. And there's the game feed. Hopefully. He says. There we go. Doesn't appear to be any game audio though. Why not? Why is there no game audio? That's weird. That's not helpful, is it? Why is there no desktop audio? Hello, game. Dang it. I don't know why there's no game audio. Hello? Oh, let's just have a quick test then, and we'll see if we can work out what's going on with the audio there. Something's a bit awry, it would seem. No, there's still no game audio. That's really stupid. I really detest this thing sometimes. I really do. Why is there no game audio? Balls. What's going on there? See what's going on. Crap. I've got no idea why there's no audio. Son of a gun. There was desktop audio before I put the game on, so why is there no audio? I can't see any reason why there's no audio for the game. Okay, let's just green light. Go. Oh. Okay. So that's weird behaviour. Let's just got to alt tab quickly and then drop the game volume back down there somewhere. I think that should do. Yep, this should be the right thing, he says. Hopefully. Let's nope. Oh man, honest to God. I don't know where my mouse cursor's gone now either. Where are you? There you are, mouse. Okay, are we back in game? We're back in game. We have no gears, no accelerator. I have no accelerator. Ah. I have no... Oh. Do you know why I have none? Because I'm a dimwit. That is correct. I am a dimwit. I completely forgot that I'd set that up. Well, this is going well. One of these days, I will be somewhat remotely prepared for this streaming business, but apparently it won't be today. Because the other thing I forgot is that I have... Who says? I have a little touchscreen notebook thing and a very noisy tummy. A touchscreen notebook that I have set up as a button box. Somewhere on here, oh, damn you, no. Somewhere on here I have a dashboard that I made myself using a template that allows me, there we go, allows me to do things like start my wipers and put my lights on, and if I really want to, I can do my own engine start stop thing. Mostly because I always forget the why are you doing that? What are you doing? That shouldn't be that at all. Let's just go back. Right, we'll give this a quick test. Today should be about running the oh god, dear oh dear. Today should be about running the career mode. Okay. Is there any reason why my car just decided to completely freak out and behave like that? That was weird. Okay, I am too close. There we are. That's a bit better. Let's just jack this chair up a little bit. Seat back a bit further. There we are. I need to work out a way of of doing this so that I don't need to keep messing with it every time. Because this gets very very distracting after a while. Right, well, everything seems to be running properly. Hopefully the sound's alright. I don't have anyone in here, so got no way of checking. And since nobody ever leaves any messages on any of the streams I've run so far, oh, I've not heard anybody complain about the audio, and I don't watch back my streams, so okay. Right, well, the setup feels pretty good, so let's quit out of here. Like that. I need to do something better with this blasted headphone cable as well. Drags everywhere, and it gets right on my nerves. And then it gets coiled up like that. Damn you. Stop getting coiled up. Okay, let's... Okay, that should do the trick. There we go. That's better. Right. The only thing missing is Twitter, which I guess I might as well keep open. Okay, right, there we go. That's that up and running. So where were we? Back out of here. Back into career mode. Here we go. So, bit of an odd time of day, I know, but it is currently 12:37 in the afternoon here in Germany, so I was never expecting anybody to show up for this one. But it's mostly because tomorrow I get my COVID jab. And I don't do well with injections. I don't like needles for a start, but I also I don't do well with injections at all. Especially not stuff like this. I tend to end up feeling a bit worse for wear. So rather than the usual Tuesday stream, I thought I'd do it today instead. So right, we are back at Misano. Second race, starting in pole position because I absolutely nailed the qualifying, he says. Nailed being, I think, by about 0.8 of a second. So, but better than the 8th place I started in the other race, which was just awful. I did not like that at all. Sorry about the coughing. Just ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. Right. Okay, so well, let's get on with the race. Still doing some adjustments to the old seating position here. Oh god, she does not like that, does she? Bouncing off second gear there. Oh no, you don't. Oh yes, he does. Ah! Every single time I go around that corner, I swear to Christ. You'd think eventually I'd get used to that, but apparently not. Come on, I need to get past this fat-ass Merc. Come on, Lumpty Dumpty. Get out of the way. Come on. Screw you, Lumpty Dumpty. That sun is at a really awful height, man. Really is. Really is so hard coming around that corner. And I just can't see shit. It's just awful. Let's take that ABS down one, I think. I actually went round and had another few tries at this track between my last stream and now. I sat down and watched a really good comprehensive guide that, I mean, it applied it was for Misano. It wasn't a track agnostic advice video particularly, but it was mostly about how trail braking works. And I went from I think my best time was like that, was like a 1:30, I think. 1:40, 1:41. My best lap after watching that and taking note of the advice it gave, I think my best lap after that was a one. God, what was it? 1:36, I think. No, 1:34. It was a 1:34. 1:34.85, I think. And it was just getting under that 1:35 mark was just genuinely one of the best parts of my weekend. Which might sound sad to some people, but you know, I've been sitting there watching that because I've got I know you guys can't see it because I don't have an on-screen dash, but I have a little mobile phone, actually, an old Android phone strapped to the, well, mounted to the top of my T500 that runs SimHub. So I have a nice dashboard, essentially, and sitting there watching that, you know, constantly saying 140. I mean, there we go. It's a 138. That's not too shabby, I guess. Watching that as I went over the line on one of my laps, and it just said 135, just under. I think it was amazing. I really can't explain how awesome that felt. Just knowing that, you know, I am slowly getting better, and it is slow. You know, my brain does seem to not want to remember basic information sometimes. Like that corner there, I can't count the number of times I've gone round that corner and known as I'm going round it that I've cocked it up, and I know how to go around that corner properly, and still, you know, and that can be really off-putting, because I know how to do it properly, and screwing it up can make you feel pretty garbage, to be honest. But so to sit there and all of a sudden, you know, that little timer counting down there doesn't say 140 anymore. It said in that instance at least 134.8 something or other, and I was just like, oh my god, wait a minute, what? That can't be right. That must be somebody else's lap time, but no. And I honestly, I genuinely thought I was, you know, that was as good as I was going to get. that the idea of racing against other human beings was a pipe dream, and that I might as well, might as well not bother. But sticking with it, and a lot of practice, a lot of watching videos on YouTube, watching other racers do things, seeing how it's supposed to be done. I wish I could remember the name of the guide I was watching, because he did. The really cool thing about his guide was that he showed you each sector and each corner in each sector, when to brake, where to aim the car, when to gear up, when to gear down, how to get the rotation going on the car so that you can get out of the corner quicker. And then a top-down view as well, which was immensely helpful. So you can see the braking points. You can see where the car brakes. You can see where he's starting to accelerate. You can see where the car's pointing as it's coming through the corners. And that was just, I don't know, it was really nice. If only I could remember the channel name. Okay, that wasn't too shabby, I guess. That could have been worse. Actually, no, that wasn't too bad at all. I shouldn't beat myself up. It's not professional levels, but then I'm sitting in an old Audi car seat at a sim rig made of bits of an old IKEA bed, so I mean, I probably shouldn't beat myself up too much, should I? Let's be honest. Oh, speaking of sim rig, I should hopefully be getting my new sim racing shoes. Oh, look at that. Fastest lap. I need to get these corners better, those first two. I feel like I'm losing a lot of time there. Yeah, they're apparently they're beach shoes, so they're meant for, oh damn it, they're meant for going out in like rock pools and stuff. So they've got a really nice solid sole to them, but they've also got rubber heel and rubber. The sides, the actual sides of the shoe are partly coated in rubber as well. So if I ever get an actual gear shift instead of flappy paddles, I'll be able to have a go at the old heel toe braking without needing to worry about shredding my foot up. He says hopefully. And speaking of that, actually, SHH shifters, I think they're called. Somebody in Jimmy Broadbent's Discord yesterday. If you're not a member, by the way, go join up. It's Jim Cord, I think it's called. I asked them about proper gear shifters for my Thrustmaster, and told me about a company called SHH Shifters, who do some really nice 3D printing work. Their H shifter, which is a full 7+R shifter, comes in at like €98 instead of the 100 and I think it's 170 Hey, hello, Jelly Belly. Well, now there's a weird thing. I have somebody in the chat. How are you? I'm assuming you're listening. I hope you're listening, because otherwise you're not going to know that I'm saying hello. Oh, Shizer. Ah. Hopefully not too big a delay. You'll have just seen me crash off the track then, I think. Which is embarrassing. I was too busy reading chat. Just oh dear, oh dear. I need to get a... I really need to get a better setup than I've got. Currently sitting there with my stream up on the well, stream chat on a monitor that's about 1.5 meters away, and I have to look up from the. Don't drive and text. No. I can barely drive, Jelly. Let alone drive and text. Well, I mean, I could probably drive and talk in a real car, like a road car, going down the road, because I'm not likely to be doing... What speed am I doing right now? 170, 180, 190, 200... Yeah, I'm not usually doing like 250 kilometers an hour in a car when I'm trying to talk, so... I'll tell you what, though, this does bring back some very vivid memories of being on Eve Radio. Which is quite weird. Oof. Wait, did I just crash off the track, have an accident, and still get my fastest lap? What the fuck? That can't be right. So how are you doing, Jelly? How's oh yeah, how's things going in Elite at the moment? Is the game actually... Yeah, it was pretty much the only reason to subscribe to the game in the end. Yeah, how are you getting on in Elite at the moment? Especially given that, from what I've read, the game has been a bit, I think really badly broken would be a fair statement to make. Because the wife and I keep talking about going back. I mean, we did buy the we bought the Odyssey expansion. We haven't played it yet. Now you tell me the pit window's opening. That's a bit shit. Yeah, it's probably wise, to be honest. It's not like there isn't plenty to keep you occupied just with the space stuff. All right, I keep forgetting you can do that, can't you? You can load up one version or the other. That's I thought that was a bit weird at first, but I guess it's turning out to be quite a good idea. Well, here's a question that sounds very Eve-like. What you're flying? I would say who are you flying, but I don't know if... I don't remember whether or not that's a thing. Like, is there a species or a... Not a species, but a group that you can choose from? I can't remember. It's been so long. Oh, the Python's nice. That's a good solid ship, that. I think the last ship I was in was a beluga, I think, actually. If I remember rightly. Oh, the old crate phantoms, yeah. I can't remember what the jump range of my best ship is. I know it's pretty far. I mean, I did when they were having an exploration thing. We had to go and find planets with phosphorus or something on it. I can't remember. Right. Okay, I can concentrate a bit more now. Oh God, what was I running? I can't remember what ship I was running. I think it was a Federal Corvette. Running off doing like just an absolutely absurd amount of exploration. I don't think I saw the inside of a station in like a week, which was just crazy. Fun, but yeah. I think that's one of the reasons I burnt out on it, to be honest. At least for a while. Though it was fun, you know, just zooming back and forth. Found a fairly large amount of Earth-likes as well, which was nice. And I think the whole thing netted me both of my runs that I did, because I did 2 in a row. I think netted me around about 2.9 billion. It is. It really is a good thing, yeah. I think it's one of the first things I did actually was go off and get all of the is it Guardian stuff as well? That shit really comes in handy. What position am I in? Ah, holy crap! I'm still in. I managed to pit, still get out in first place. That's pretty damn lucky. I really should look up where I'm based out of as well. Because I think the station I'm currently based in was under attack and has been partially destroyed. Which is a bit alarming because all of my ships are there. I should ask Sab. She'd know. She still keeps up with the political intrigue of the game. You know, the background simulation stuff. I gotta admit, I found that about as interesting as all the political garbage that happened in Eve. You know. Although at least in ED it comes in handy because that political intrigue garbage is what netted me my just under 3 billion credits. So ouch. straight over the sausage curbs. Oh, since you're pretty much the first person who's actually been in one of my streams, how's the audio? I've been trying to find a good balance between the game audio and the my audio, but listening to a record back is not always indicative of what it sounds like. Yeah? Fucking sweet. Well, I've got a fairly good microphone, especially compared to the junk I used to use when I did Eve Radio. I've got a Yeti Blue, or a Blue Yeti. It's one of those ways around, I can't remember. And a pair of AKG headphones, so it's been rather nice. But I spent so long... Is it? I suppose it... Yeah, it probably would be, because the microphone isn't that far away from the... isn't that far away from the wheel. Hang on one second. Right, I can do that. Right, and then I can do this. And I can bring the microphone up here. And then I can do... Because the other problem is this isn't a permanent setup, so... How does that sound? Right, ready. We get back up in the race. And then there should be some more clickies. How does that sound? Is that any better? Am I too loud? Is the clicky still really loud? Awesome. That'll do for now then. I'm hoping I found a Thrustmaster like headset thing. It's not very expensive. It's like €50, I think. Oh, that's the main thing. I'm never going to be able to get rid of the clicking entirely, because obviously there's like a little switch back there that the paddle clicks on to make the gears change. So yeah, I should be getting the Thrustmaster headset thing, which has got a noise cancelling cardioid mic on it. I don't know how great it's going to be. It should be alright for just streaming Assetto Corsa at the very least. should also be slightly easier on me as well, because then I don't have to futz about with hooking up this big old hefty, and it is huge, and it's cumbersome, and it just sits on the mic arm, just it's like right in eye view, just off to the side. It's this huge silver lump, and getting the locations right and everything else is it's pretty difficult actually. Well, I certainly, yeah. It definitely sounds like a sex toy though, doesn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, well, I mean, they do make joysticks. Get it? That's an old joke. Actually, it's pretty cool. They've got a Sab ordered a because she wants to get back into playing. She really wants to get back into playing Elite. She was surfing around looking at sales and stuff online the other day and found a yeah, joypads, yeah. Well, I suppose it's an old, it's an archaic term. But Sab found a Thrustmaster Airbus flight stick thing. You get the joystick itself, and then it comes with like the central part of an engine control quad. So you've got like two separate thrust controllers for the engines, and it's nuts looking. I'll admit to being quite jealous. Because she did look at the one you've got. Because you bought the... Did you buy the twin stick? Or did you buy the black and orange one? The one that has the actual slidey thrust controller. Oh, that's right. You went with the Cytec one in the end, didn't you? The Warthog, right? Or, well, it's what the Warthog... What I think Thrustmasters is called the Warthog, isn't it? I'm pretty sure they're literally the same goddamn product. Well, you could always bust out the old soldering iron and, you know, desolder some of the LEDs. Yeah, I have to say I'm quite jealous of the pair of you now, because oh, that's right, they did, didn't they? They took over SciTech. I knew there was something about it. Yeah, yeah, I figured that was it. But yeah, yeah, I mean, you're sitting there with your fancy little X52, and the wife's now got her, oh, she will be getting it tomorrow, her, God, I left the braking far too late there. Should be getting her her Airbus one tomorrow, and there's me with a crappy little T-Flight Hotus from about 6 years ago. I think the reason it looks the same as the in-game one is because that's what it's modelled on. I'm 99% certain that it is modelled on that. I think I remember reading that somewhere during the before the game actually came out. I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure the T-Flight works on the Xbox as well. Yeah, yeah, because Thrustmaster are pretty good about that. Either, I think the only weird thing is that they have either it supports PC and Xbox, or it supports PC and PlayStation 5. You can't have Xbox and PlayStation 5 compatibility together, which I don't get. I don't get that. Why? Why is it like that? Damn it. I'm trying to itch my eyeball and I'm going off the freaking track every time. I have seriously considered selling off my T-Flight actually, and using a gamepad and a keyboard, and then using the money from my T-Flight to buy another wheel for my race rig. Oh, that's right, yeah. Button placements. Well, I don't see why they can't just have, like, generic buttons. Like, on this wheel rim, right, I'm using the TM open wheel rim, rather than the much more expensive F1 rim. This one just has numbered buttons. It doesn't have anything else. See, you can use this thing with a PlayStation or the Xbox version of the wheel hub. So I don't get why they can't just, you know, just make all the buttons generic, and then just put the control chip, because I'm assuming that's all it is. Put both control chips in one blasted box. Save everybody a whole lot of hassle. Ah, okay. Well, that is a good point. This T500 actually came branded with the Gran Turismo logo, because this was made for GT. I can't remember which one it was now. GT5, I think. For the PlayStation 3. Because this wheel actually came out, well, this wheel didn't, but the wheel base itself, I think, came out in 2011. So mine has like L3 and R3 on the actual wheel base itself. So yeah, I guess because the big box it comes in's got Gran Turismo splashed all over it and the PlayStation logo and. I guess I just don't see the. I've never been much of a console fan, I guess. So, I mean, I've had them. I've had Xboxes and PlayStations, and even had a Super Nintendo and an N64 for a while. But I've never bought a brand new console, and I never will. So I guess I just don't see the appeal really. I'd rather it just worked, you know. What's that? Oh, it's Logitech. That's right. Yeah, I don't know actually. I think the PlayStation wheel actually has more functionality as well, if I remember rightly. Pretty sure because I'm pretty sure the PlayStation version has a. Hello, Maddie. How are you? That's shocking. I have 2 people in my chat now. Well, this is something. This is the first time. The first time I've had 2 people in my chat at once. So I feel quite lucky. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Oh, okay. I didn't realise they'd updated the wheels. Maddie, I assume you came here from Twitter. Your name looks familiar, at least. Oh, and that's Jelen. He's an old friend of mine. Quite how old a friend I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure we're heading for a decade. So, oh, you did? Okay. I thought the name looked familiar. I hope you're feeling better because you said yesterday you weren't feeling too well. So. That's living proof that I do ancient at this point. What, I'm ancient? You're ancient, or? Oh, Jelen and I have known each other since we knew each other from a. Oh no! Damn it! Stop! Jesus. Jelen and I have known each other from an online game actually. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. No one likes feeling like shit. Oh, look at that. I win the race. Oh, yeah. Oh. Right, let's just take the quick route out of there. I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea. Well, I shall be joining you in the land of not feeling well as of tomorrow. I'm going to get my my coronavirus vaccine tomorrow morning, which is it's why I'm streaming now. My normal streaming days are supposed to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but After I get massively stabbed in the arm with a needle tomorrow, I'm probably not going to want to. Probably not going to want to sit in my race rig, or using this steering wheel is it's pretty hard work on the arms as well. So, oh, that's not bad. Look at that. I did quite well there, and I crashed twice. Yes, Jelly, I'm getting the BioNTech one. Well, Sab and I are both getting the BioNTech one. So, she called the local GP the other day and said, "Yeah, can we have the not dying drug, please?" I think the second jab is probably going to be the Pfizer jab, though. So apparently there's no problem with doing one of one and one of another. I trust my GP to know what he's doing a lot more than I trust my own judgment sometimes. I hope so too, Maddie. A lot of the people I've spoken to that have had the same jab said it's said it's not too bad. See, there you go. Jelly's had the AstraZeneca one twice and he's not dead yet. So, for which I am very grateful, Jelly. I would be quite sad. But my issue is I'm not really massively worried about the side effects. From what I've heard, let's take these headphones off for a moment. From what I've heard, the side effects from the shots are mostly just kind of, you feel like you've got a bit of the flu. That's about it. Tired, feeling a bit under the weather. And the longest I've heard it lasting is 2 days, and that was a friend of mine who really doesn't do very well with things like that. So I'm more just, I hate needles. I am horrifyingly needle phobic. Like I will go very, very pale. I will sweat a lot. Then I will be sick, and then I will pass out. And I've been like that all my life. So the idea of purposely going to get stabbed with a needle leaves me feeling a little bit queasy, shall we say? But whatever the side effects are, it's better than the alternative, which is contracting and dying of COVID. I'm pretty much the same. I had to go, was it not last year, 2019 I think it was. I got a throat infection, and I've got throat infections regularly all my life. And normally it's a case of, drink Lemsip and stuff and be fine. Oh right, yeah. I can understand that being. I think my mum had the same problem actually, Jelen. She had chemotherapy, and I think she had the AstraZeneca one as well. It kind of left her feeling a bit dodgy for a few days, but she's fine. She got past it. So I figured, if my mum, who's been ill, can have the jab and get through it, so can I. But the 2019, I got what I thought was just a regular sore throat, and then after 2 days, and then I couldn't swallow, and I could barely breathe. Eating hurt, drinking hurt, breathing hurt. We went to the GP. Bearing in mind, right, I live in Germany. You may have noticed from the accent that I am not German. I do not speak German either. So my, at this point, reasonably long-suffering wife had to take me to the GP and explain that I had a very sore throat and that I didn't feel very well. And he gets the little spatula out and he's like, you know, sticks it in my mouth and pulls down my tongue, and then his eyes just... It was like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. I honestly thought his eyes were going to pop out of his head. he dropped the tongue depressor on the floor. I was just grabbed me by the shoulders, turned me around, walked me across the hallway into an empty room, laid me down on the bed, mumbled something at my wife and left. And I'm laying there thinking, what the fuck's going on? And my wife's like, they're going to give you an emergency antibiotic drip. And I'm like, a what now? Why? She says, well, it's either that or we go to the hospital and you get hospitalised. I was like, oh, okay. I just thought maybe I could get like a bottle of like something to drink or a tablet or something. And she's like, no, the doctor said it's way past that. So then I'm thinking, they'll just give me an injection then, surely. You know, an antibiotic? No, laid back, arm out. One of those cannula things, you know, they stick the... Oh, Jesus Christ. In the vein, in my arm, and I'm just... Sweat pouring off me. And the nurse is like, is he all right? And my wife is like, oh, he's just desperately afraid of needles. She says, oh, and then she missed. And I think you can guess what happened. Quite literally, Jan, yes, quite literally. She's like, oh dear. It was exactly what Maddie said. It clears the mess up. She's like, I'm ever so sorry. And then she does it again and gets it right this time. So I'm just like, I'm on the verge of passing out. You know, it was bad enough that my throat hurt so much I couldn't breathe. But now I have a fucking needle in my arm and I can't move my arm. And I have to lay there for however long it takes for this blasted bottle to empty into my bloodstream. And the nurse came back and she's like, I got you this. And she got me a fucking lollipop. And she's like, eat this, you'll feel better. In English. She says it in English. I was like, okay. Lollipop in my mouth. I've got a photo of me somewhere, flat on my back, looking like I've just run a marathon and then somebody's kicked me in the nuts. And there's this like needle in my arm and there's a lollipop in my mouth. Bear in mind, right? Lollipops normally for children. I was 40 at the time. It's like grown 40-year-old man with a lollipop laying down in the doctor's surgery. And I'm like, and I have to go back tomorrow and the same nurse is going to stick me in the arm with another needle. Perhaps I should ring ahead and ask if she's got any lollipops. It's a bit embarrassing being a 41-year-old. But 40-year-old at the time. And, yeah, a bit embarrassing. So I genuinely, I think what I will do tomorrow, I will just focus on not embarrassing myself. Rather than worrying about the injection itself. Do you know what I thought so as well, Jellen, actually? But the reason Maddie would probably understand as well, actually, if she's had this problem before. What's this? Oh God. Yeah, I could definitely sympathise with your mum, man. That's just, oh. I should really stop talking about needles and blood. Oh no. That's, yeah. Apparently the reason they give you lollipops though is it's the sugar. Apparently the reason you feel a bit queasy is a drop in blood sugar levels. So they give you the lollipop because it's, you know, it's almost pure sugar for a start, and it dissolves really quickly. So you can get that sugar. Oh God, where am I going? you can get the sugar into your bloodstream fairly quickly, so it'll help perk you up a little bit. Which, in my case at least, it worked out quite well. So I'm hoping I can persuade her to give me a lollipop tomorrow. Or if not a lollipop, I want a little sticker that says I was a good boy. Either one of those. Lollipop tastes nice, sticker lasts longer, so I'm a bit torn. Which one do I want? I have no idea where I'm going on this bloody circuit. All right, Jelly Belly. You have fun. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate that. Are you going to leave it idling? Oh, okay, cool. Like I said, I think this is the first time I've had somebody chatting in chat, and definitely the first time I've had 2 people here. So have fun, enjoy your shower. Love you loads. Do you know I call him Jelly Belly? I don't even know if he has a jelly belly. I do. I've got a big floppy jelly belly, but I don't know if Jelly has a jelly belly. He'll probably call me a name now. No, he won't. He's not that bad. Not anymore. In fact, I think I've known Jellen longer than I've known the woman I'm currently married to, so that's an odd thing. Although, unlike my wife, I've never actually met Jellen in real life. That's the point, Maddie. I know where Jellen is. He's out in the UK, but where in the world are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ah, you're a Texan.
Well done, mate. First and fastest lap.
Wait, what time is it in Texas? Oh, I suppose it's probably morning by now. Jeez. Getting an early start then, are you? Your cat woke you up. Wow. I usually have a similar problem with the all the little sparrows and stuff that land outside my window. That's all right. I'm usually awake at 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. It's quite nice. It's usually nice and quiet and there's no one else around. You get some peace then. I'm quite lucky actually. Where I used to live in the UK, it was a big city. And there was, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning, cars would start going past. But I've been living here in Bavaria in southern Germany now for 8 years this year actually, and it's so nice. It's just peace and quiet. The occasional tractor, because it's still a rural farming community, but you know, other than that, just the sound of birds. Though it is surprising how much noise a handful of birds that are only like 4 inches tall can make when there's 30 of them. Oh, dang. I am doing so badly at this track. Oh, yeah, I quite agree. Minnesota is glorious. I've got friends who live uh, about half an hour out of St. Paul. Maybe an hour's drive out of St. Paul. Ah, it's glorious. Their backyard is like it just backs onto a forest. It's the loveliest looking place in the world. I mean, the Twin Cities aren't much, but as far as cities go, they're yeah, meh. But the state itself is really pretty. I love Minnesota, especially in the winter, or in late spring, early summer. Mind you, there's bits of Texas that are like that, if I remember rightly. It's been a very long time since I was in Texas last, but yeah, that's true. Oh, Texan summers though, man. No thanks. I can't deal with Texan summers. That's too much. Not as bad as Arizona, but yeah, it can be just as bad. I think the only place I ever really stopped at when I went to Texas, well, I went through Texas, I should say, was Austin. And that was at the height of summer. It was like 40 something degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah, yeah. I'm a, I'm a, I'm a pasty Englishman. I can't deal with temperatures like that. I don't know how you don't melt. I really don't. All of you Texans should just be little fleshy puddles on the floor. I sometimes think you're all made of asbestos. Then I definitely sympathise. Yeah, it's hard when you're pasty. Everyone else is like, oh, come on, come outside, it's lovely, get a tan. And you're like, if I go outside in anything less than like 8 layers of clothing, I'm going to sunburn so badly, you'll think I'm a big red space hopper. So no thanks. Or you sweat so much that you need to drink like 5 gallons of water every few hours. You just like drag a little fucking red flyer wagon along behind you with a big water butt in it. Just, you know, a big straw. You're not really made for Texas, are you? Maybe Colorado? Colorado might suit you. There we go. That's the end of that session. I'll tell you one thing I will say for Texans. I did when I was 18, no, 17 and just over 17. Yeah, I would live in Colorado. I've been there twice. I loved it. It was so nice. Ah, well, you got a good excuse to go there then. That's why I'm in Germany. Because my girlfriend lived here, and now she's my wife. At least, you know, you could just, like, you know, if you've got a car, just get in your car and drive. Just go for it, man. But yeah, I mean, I drove when I was 17 and a half. I landed in New York City, well, just outside of New York. I went to JFK Airport with a friend of mine. We rented a big 4x4 truck, and then we drove to California, which would have been all right if we hadn't gone in the middle of summer. And we were able to cook bacon and eggs on the hood of our car, which was, and that was in Austin. We stopped off in Austin overnight, slept in the truck, got up the next morning, and we must have lost about 40 pounds between us from sweating. Yeah, it was, well, it took us 3 months, just over 3 months. We probably could have done it a lot quicker, but we wanted to, you know, stop off and see various places. And it was a once in a lifetime thing. I was never going to get the chance to do that again. And I thought, well, you only live once, so I might as well. Because I'm British and I'm an idiot. British summertime, well, at least it used to be British summertime. It was like, I don't know American temperatures. I only know Celsius, but 25 degrees Celsius, what's that? 80 Fahrenheit? I don't know. It's not that hot. British summers, unless you're in the middle of a city like London with all the big glass buildings that keep the heat in, it doesn't get that hot. And I'd never been anywhere hot. And then we woke up in the truck in Austin, and it was, I got out of the truck, went into the truck stop that was just across the road, and bought some breakfast stuff, you know, bacon and eggs and everything else. A huge bag of ice for the ice chest that we had in the truck. And my mate who'd come with me, he was like, "Why is it so hot?" I says, I guess because it's summer in Texas. And he goes, "How hot is it?" So I opened up the bacon. I took a rasher of bacon out and I threw it on the hood of the car. Oh, yes, we rented a black truck. That's how dumb we were. We rented a black truck in the summer, and then we drove through Texas. And if that wasn't bad enough, not only did we drive through Texas, but then we went to Arizona. Because we're really stupid. Like, 17 and dumb as fuck. Because no one should live in Arizona. I mean, Texas. Texas it wasn't just the heat. It was the fact that it was just oppressive. It was like somebody had wrapped you in hot meat, and you couldn't escape from it. It was bad. But we went to Phoenix just because it's called Phoenix, and I'm like, we've got to go to this. It's Phoenix, Arizona. You've got to go to Phoenix. It should be a sin. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's a sin to actually live in Phoenix. Human beings should not live there. You might as well live on the surface of the sun. I don't know how people in Phoenix survive. I don't know how they keep reproducing. I think people from Phoenix must leave, reproduce somewhere else, and then come back to Phoenix, because you can barely think in that kind of weather. It's just... I have a lot of respect for Texans and people from Arizona when it comes to, you know, feats of strength and everything else, because good God almighty, what is wrong with those two places? That's not normal. Right. What am I doing now? Qualifying sessions. This should be fun. I have no idea what I'm doing around this racetrack at all. Oh, I nearly didn't even make it out of the pit lane. Dear oh dear. One day I'll go back. The closest I got was the Tex-Mex border. We had considered going down to Tijuana, but we'd already we were the reason we went to a lot of the places we went to is because we'd taken on jobs, basically. There was a specialist delivery company that delivered odd-sized and odd-shaped packages, and you could say to them, I'll be starting here, I'll be going through these places, and they would find you packages to pick up from one place, and then you drop them off at the next place. So it didn't pay much, but it helped cover the cost of fuel and, you know, a few extra bits and pieces here and there. One of the jobs we had was delivering an engine for a car to a garage somewhere, and it wouldn't have left us enough time to get down to Mexico and back again. We went to the Alamo, because you've got to go to the Alamo, haven't you? You can't go anywhere near Texas and not go to the fucking Alamo. Yeah, so it was a shame, because I did really want to go. I do still want to go one day. It's like I said earlier, you know, you only get one chance at life. I'm not getting any younger. I'm already nearly in my mid-40s, so hopefully once enough people have been vaccinated, and things are, you know, safe, I really do want to go back to the US. You know, two week holiday, fly over, rent a car, and just visit various states. Because as you may have noticed by the fact that I'm streaming racing games, I like to drive. So I'd be quite happy to do the driving, and, you know, maybe start a bit further inland than New York. I don't really have any desire at all to go back to New York. I've been there 20, 30 times. And my other half, she's not... I don't think she's particularly interested in big cities either, so... Maybe start off in Texas and then just head west from there. Ooh, Grand Canyon. There's something I wouldn't mind doing. I didn't get to see that last time. You're never going to be clean, Jelly, because you are a filthy animal. Love you, really. Welcome back as well. You're just in time to see me really screwing up this qualifying session. You definitely should, Maddie. It's been on my bucket list for years. I would be disappointed if it were otherwise, Jellen. I'll tell you one other thing that's really nice, actually, Maddie. If you ever get the chance, watching sunrise off the California coast. I genuinely don't think there's anything quite as spectacular anywhere on this planet as watching the sunrise off the coast of California. You go down to, you know, or well, I suppose you could go up to like Washington and watch it from there. But if you go down to Long Island, down in SoCal, and or down to San Diego, and then just watch the sunrise. It is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That's definitely something I want to show my wife. Or if you've never seen them, mountains. Mountains are fucking nuts. Especially the really big ones. Oh, really? Oh, nice. You can go visit the Mouse Corporation. Never been to that one. I only ever went to Disneyland in California. Oh, Jelly, that reminds me. Do you remember Grim Dark Night from Eve Radio? Ah, yeah. If you like that, you'll love the sunrise over the Californian coast, then, Maddie. The food's not quite as good in California as in Texas, though. And yeah, Jelly, oh, sorry, mate. uh, if I remember rightly, Grim lives in Florida.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You should like see if you can find him and go, oi, Grim, you filthy old bastard. Oh, God. Someone get this Bentley out of my way.
Car on the left.
Get out of my way, you slow bastard. Pardon the language, that Bentley was really starting to get on my tits. Oh, that's a shame. I wonder if any of them still hang out on the old TeamSpeak server. Was it TeamSpeak or Ventrilo? I can never remember which one it was. Pretty sure it was TeamSpeak. I keep meaning to go back and stick my head in there once in a while. Oh yeah, and Maddie, talking of mountains, because I've seen the mountains outside of LA, and for our honeymoon, my wife and I went to we drove from where we are in Germany to Italy, or rather, my wife did. I don't currently have a driving license. We went. We decided that the best time of day to leave was in the afternoon, so that by the time we finally got to my hotel in northern Italy, it was it was pitch black. God bless that woman though. She drove at night on snow-covered roads that were unfamiliar and surrounded by crazy Italian drivers who, frankly, should all be fired out of a cannon into the sun because they're fucking awful human beings. And of course we got there and it was dark, so there was nothing to see. And we got up the next morning and we looked out of the hotel balcony, and there's just it was, I think, breathtaking. Breathtaking would be the best description for the view out of that balcony. Wait, Wiggles has left. Wiggles has left the radio? Wow. I mean, it's not even Eve Radio anymore. It's not even Gaming Radio Network anymore. It's something else now. Well, I've still got you, Jelly Belly. Through all these years. Not sure why you still put up with me. But I'm glad you do. Right. Second qualifying session. I have to say, this setup for this game, that just really confused me. There's 2 races and 2 sets of qualifying. And you do both sets of qualifying one after the other, and then you do both sets of races one after the other. And for the life of me, I can't work out why. I don't know, I like to think I did something right in a previous life. Good friends are hard to find. I count myself very lucky. That's the thing. I probably have I could probably count all of my friends on both hands and still have enough fingers left over to make a gesture at a police officer that would likely get me arrested. And I used to have my phone book, on my cell phone, used to have 200 names in it, maybe more. I've got 2 in there at the moment. And I'm way happier than I ever was when I had hundreds of, I'm air quoting here, friends. Because I used to equate having lots of air quote friends with, you know, being worth something, you know, being valuable as a person. And as the years have rolled on and I've lost contact with a lot of people, I've realised that, you know, my worth as a person hasn't changed at all. Not one little bit, which means that the amount of friends I had wasn't necessarily the defining factor for how good a person I was or how worthwhile knowing I am. Just, you know, people move on, life moves on. But the people I've still got around, I think, are, you know, the cream of the crop, as it were. Though I must admit, I do miss Wiggles. I miss talking to Jody. He was nice. When he wasn't being a moody bitch. I'm pretty sure he does Twitch, actually. Maybe I should go and give him a slap on Twitch and say, "Oi, Jody, you slag." No, I probably shouldn't call him that anymore, actually. He might not like that these days.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I should at least go and give him a poke. I know of at least... there's at least one other... Oh god, there's 5 people in here now. What? What's going on there? Hello to the other 3 people that just joined. I hope you're well. Feel free to join in the chat. Well, that's weird. Actually, it's even it's just weird knowing that the you 2 are around. I mean... Yeah. I get the very distinct impression, Jelly, that I was that person. The one that everyone else went, "Oh, no, not him again." In fact, I know I was. I was definitely the twat. Although I mostly played that for laughs on Eve Radio. I don't think I ever genuinely... At least I hope I never genuinely offended anybody. But I know I got on people's nerves. I mean, that wasn't entirely not the point, you know. Because sometimes it really was the point. Especially with Mr. Blades. That's because I've had a very weird life. A very weird life. It's funny, actually. My other half keeps telling me I should write a book. She's like, "Oh, you should write a book about all this." It's like, nah. Partly because the motorcycle accident that messed my brain up a bit kind of makes it hard for me to remember a lot of shit, but yeah. It's like a rags to riches to sleeping in cardboard boxes to Not quite riches again, but sort of life. Oh, I've tried over the years, you know. The problem is that the motorbike injury I had, the memory centers of my brain are still, everything's still there. It's like, what's the best way to? It's like trying to find the right door on an advent calendar when someone's taken all the numbers off. Everything's still there. It's just finding the right door to look behind for a specific thing is hit or miss. Doesn't really describe it. It's far more complex than that. But so usually the memories will resurface if I'm talking about something that, you know, it could be like talking with Maddie about Texas. That brings back a few memories that I might not otherwise have thought about, as well as some completely unrelated ones. Talking to you reminds me about people like Grim Dark Knight, whose name I haven't spoken in years, and it wasn't until you said you were going to Florida that a little light went on in my head and went, oh, Grim Dark Knight lives in Florida, and then I had to sit there and search for who the fuck is Grim Dark Knight before I could talk about it. So it's really difficult because I would love to write a book about, you know, how I survived being homeless for a start, you know, if for no other reason than I think a lot of people in the world could could do with experiencing it for a few months, to teach them a valuable lesson about how to treat other human beings. But accessing the memories to write it all down is somewhat problematic. That's really distracting, man. The background keeps disappearing around that corner. Oh. Right, should be coming up on the end of this practice session soon, I think. I have tried that, Maddie. I've got a little notebook that I figured if I can't remember it all in one go, then I would, every time I do remember something, I'll write it down. Or I'll, you know, record. In this case, what I will do when I'm done here is I will go back and I will record. I'll transcribe parts of this stream, so that those little memories don't get lost, and then I'll do my best to try and put them all into a coherent timeline. You know, I've been doing that now for 5 years, maybe 6. All I really want to write about is just my experiences from being on the streets, because I do genuinely think that's exactly it really is kind of like that. I know that's really kind of cheesy, but so yeah, it's It comes with its own set of problems. Then there's also the fact that when you tell people that you've got brain damage, they, you know, I have had people literally talk to me like I'm, I don't know, like I'm not all there.
Session is now over.
You know, they'll to my face, they'll be like, if I talk too fast, I'm like, mate, just fucking don't, yeah? It's not that kind of a problem. It's the my brain functions, but not like yours. And not like it used to, either. Hell, I mean, it still surprises me sometimes. You know, I'll be sitting there and trying to remember something and it's gone. And then an hour later, it pops back into my head and I have no context for what that memory is. I'm like, what's that about? I don't know. So sometimes I can't even write it down because I don't know what the hell it's about. Right. I'm not going to run this race now because this is a 40-minute race and I have to go and finish cleaning the bathroom in about 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna load up a different track and do some practice runs around a different track, just so I can keep chatting for a bit longer. Let's switch cars. Is it? Oh, it's that one. You want that one? And let's choose a different team. What's this one? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we'll have that. And then we will go for... Yeah, we'll go for Mount Panorama in Australia. Love this circuit. So yeah, this is just going to be some practice.
Green light, green light.
Let's try that again. Because I need to do this, and then this, that. And I saved my telemetry so I can drop all of this data into the... Actually, I should have done it that way first. So I can drop all this data into the Motec software that I have, that I can sit there and go through later on, and it says, you drove this lap like an absolute fucking clown, and here's where you went wrong. I like to do that with all of the races at the very least, so that I can see where I'm going wrong. It's enough about me waffling on. What have you two got planned for the day? I mean, yours is already half over, Jelly, but apparently it's still quite early for Maddie. Ah, apparently I'm down to one viewer. Who have I got left? Who's still here? Oh, hello, Maddie. You're still here. Okay. Apparently we lost Jelly Belly. He's disappeared. That's good. Just stick your feet up and relax. That sounds like a good day to me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still getting used to it, to be honest. I'm like the little viewer count up the top says, you know, it said 5 people earlier on, which was weird. And I swear more than once, there's been a bot in here. Which was definitely weird. Yeah, it is quite an odd piece of software, to be honest. I'm not sure that it does accurately represent how many people there are. Because it did say I had 0 people once, and then somebody started talking, and it said 0 people, viewers, the entire time. And I don't get how that's supposed to work. Though I do actually think Jelly Belly has left. Though it was nice to see him again. That's alright, he'll have his reasons. If I need him, he'll be around on Twitter anyway. If he's not at work. He's one of the 6 friends I have that I can pretty much count on for, you know, if I need someone to talk to, or I need help with something, like hello. Oh, maybe that's what happened to Jelen then. I'm just quite glad that my OBS hasn't crashed today. Because it did that, God, what, 3 times? 4 times? It also doesn't help that there's such a huge delay on this channel. Yeah, it is nice, yeah. Well, it's not long ago I was watching everybody else, you know, happily going around playing certain games, and I was like, oh, I wish I had that game. And then, like 5 minutes later, I get a message from Jelen saying, oh, there you go, and he's gone off and bought the game key for me. Which was, you know, that was super sweet. I loved him for that. That was so nice. And hopefully, yeah, Jelen's sweet. I love him. And not just for that. I mean, I've known Jelen for, God, it really has been. It has been almost. It's got to be at least a decade now. And given that, you know, he's someone I met online, and I know a lot of people like to say, oh, online friendships aren't real friendships. To which I say, go fuck yourself, because they damn well are. the problem with internet friendships is that it is very, very easy to lose track of people. And I'm very fortunate that I've always managed to find Jelen again. You know, because the game we used to play together, I don't think either of us have played in. Well, I haven't played since 2013, so. And we'd already known each other for quite a long time by that point, I think. A good 3 or 4 years at least. And not only that, but I left England and I moved to Germany, so I literally disappeared. So all of my in real life friends, they're all still back in England, you know. So I value. Hey, there we are. Hello, Jelly Belly. Where'd you go, son? Did your Twitch fall down or something? Admit it, you were cheating on me with another Twitch streamer. You do realise that has 2 meanings. I don't know if you were around when I said it, but I'm the races for which I was just doing the qualifying sessions. I'm going to leave those until probably Thursday. I've got to disappear myself in about 10 minutes. I need to go and finish clearing the bathroom up and doing the last of the dishes. Sab finishes work at about 3 o'clock today. And I need to go to the shop before tomorrow so that I don't have to go to the shop having just had a needle shoved in my arm, because I'll be feeling like shit then. And then Thursday here is a national holiday, so all the shops are going to be shut. So I've got to go and do a bit of shopping this evening, enough to last me through until Friday. Milk and bread, you know, the usual. So I figured I'd jump in a Porsche, because I do love my Porsches, and take a few trips around Mount Panorama in Bathurst in Australia. Because by Christ, did they build a really nice track. Oh right, it's Bank Holiday. Yeah, I forgot it. That's Bank Holiday in England, and then it's Memorial Day in America, right, Maddie? That is today, isn't it? Long weekend. Yeah, you think so? And most of the Americans I know don't either. Pardon me. I'll tell you one thing that did baffle me actually when I moved here to Germany is just how many fucking holidays these people have. It's like they never go to work. It's always some bloody holiday. It's ridiculous. Oh dear. Oops.
Box. We have to repair the car.
Ah, I maybe broke my car. Oh god, I definitely broke my car. I've got my 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 steering wheel is at 90 degrees to the left. Oh dear. Oh god. My car is so broken. Oh god, I can't drive like this. What the fuck? This wouldn't be so bad if this wasn't an open steering wheel. I need a hat to wear in Florida. Oh god. Stop. Okay, now my wheel's upside down. What the fuck? Get yourself a nice straw hat type thing, like the woven hats. That should do you quite well, I think.
Losing pressure on the right rear.
Oh wow, my car is so... My steering wheel is now upside down. Which means the gear up is on the left and the gear down is on the right, and that's really confusing. I don't know what I did to the wheels of this car, but boy howdy is it fucked. I'll tell you what though, it's a shame, right? Because this actually feels really good. maybe I'll just switch the steering wheel upside down. Ah. What did I do to my car? Failing that, Jelly, just get like a Santa hat or something. Just see if anyone actually says anything. You know, just walk around in Florida with a Santa hat on. Or get one of those hats that's actually like got a little umbrella on it. That could be quite nice. Or one that's a toilet roll holder. Just because, you know, why not? Yeah, right? My dude, I hit that wall so hard. Actually, do you know what? Let's go have a look and see how badly Michael fucked up his car. Where were we? It should be about here, I think. Yep, should be coming up here. There we are. Hit that wall straight off. Boom. Oh, that was a pretty solid knock. If I do this, actually, then I can do this and then this, and we can have a look at the damage I did to my car. Oh, it doesn't look so bad. It doesn't look so bad from out here. Oh, a beer cap. Yes. That is a really good idea, Maddie. There you go. There you go, Jelly. There's your answer. Beer cap. Well, I mean, there's the damage. But what you can't see is that from my point of view... Oof. That didn't help. My steering wheel was upside down. Well, actually, the initial part, the steering wheel was at a 90-degree angle. and then by the time I got down here, it was upside down, which was very confusing. Also, I love this camera stuff. It's great. And here we go. Last couple of corners. Oh, that does look pretty fucking nifty, doesn't it? I like that. Oh, and I had a puncture on the right rear tyre as well. Let's zoom the camera back up. Freaky little... Oh, they look like little zombies standing up there. That's creepy. What the fuck? I tell you what I do like about these cars is this. Oh, hello. So, oh, accidentally get the camera in the dude's arse. Scurry around the car like that. It's really creepy. Oh, there we are. Oh, the sign is in my car. What the fuck? How rude. Oh. Whoop. And all the game noise just stopped. Oh, right, because that's the end of the replay. Yeah, it's really weird. This is how these cars get jacked up. Like, they actually have these. Which I didn't realise. These metal rods. This thing here. And then there's one on the other side. Down there. And then there's one up the front on that side. And one in the driver footwell. There's my driver. Are air jacks. Cosworth Bosch ABS. Okay. Yeah, they're actually air jacks. The whole car lifts itself off the ground, and I didn't know they did that. It's like, why don't Formula 1 cars do this? It's so much easier. Aside from maybe the size is a problem. What's that? Oh, okay. So they just plug something on there and the whole car goes up. That's clever. Right. That's going to be it for me for today at least. I'm going to be rushing off to do the last of my housework and then do some shopping. External air supply. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. I suppose that's probably the case. Yeah. F1 cars are well. I don't know actually, because the 2022 F1 cars, they've had a lot of changes made to them. I don't know that there wouldn't be enough room for them on an F1 car next year. But yeah, I'll still be on Twitter, and I'll probably be on Discord somewhere. But other than that, I probably won't be streaming again until Thursday, and that'll be my usual time, 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I think that's probably going to be a bit bit early in the day for you though, Maddie. I don't know what time. What time is it for you now? Over in sunny Texas. Well, I assume sunny Texas. I never was very good with time zones. but I should probably consider putting Australian and American time zones on my 7:30 in the morning. Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, no. My usual streaming time would be about 2:30 Texas time, AM. So that's very kind of you, Jelly. Thank you very much. That would be very nice. Uh, it's been nice having the pair of you in. Actually, it's I don't know if you've seen my past streams, but usually it's just me talking to myself because I have no one else to talk to. It's very difficult to have any kind of discussion at all when it's just you. So this has been really nice. I've genuinely appreciated having both of you here. It means a lot. And I might just try streaming in the afternoons instead of the mornings. I'll probably have a bit more luck if I do that. Stream from 1 a.m. 1 a.m. not 1 a.m. 1:30 p.m. my time to maybe 3 p.m. my time. I think that might be better. Right. Oh, I get to use my little card things. Look, I've got where are we? I have one of these. Look at that, it's all animated and shit. Isn't that good? And then I have that one says "Be right back," and then I have an intermission one, which I can put a little video in. And then I have this one. My stream is ending thing. Right? I mean, it's just a freebie thing that I got on OBS, but yeah, it's a lot nicer than. Well, it's a lot nicer than not having anything at all, which is what I used to have, and now it kind of looks at least. Yeah, it does look very smart, doesn't it? It almost looks professional. Nothing about the rest of this is remotely professional, so something has to be. Right. It is 20 to 3 my time, so yeah, I guess that's it for today. And then I get to look forward to being stabbed with a needle tomorrow. Always fun. Right. I need to come up with a catchphrase or something. But in the meantime, well, do you know what? There's a reason for that. One of the major reasons I don't watch streamers, and one of the reasons why I dislike most podcasts, at least most semi or non-professional podcasts, is audio. I can forgive a crap picture. I don't care if the content isn't very good, particularly if it's not, super interesting. It doesn't even need to be something I'm interested in. But the one thing I cannot abide is crap audio quality. Like if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of money and you're working on a budget, that doesn't count. I don't count that. But there are some people whose streams I've seen and whose podcasts I've listened to they've got like $5,000 computers, like triple widescreen, and then they've got a microphone that sounds like it was made in 1926 and has been firmly lodged up that person's arse for the entire duration of either their stream or their podcast. You know, the audio is just shit. Which is why I fuss over mine so much. Yeah. Exactly, right? Precisely. The other big bugbear I have, balancing. Audio balancing. That usually only applies to YouTube videos and is even more unforgivable in a YouTube video, given that it's pre-recorded. You know, they have to edit it together, and then they'll have a clip of something, or they'll have somebody else talking, and you'll hear their audio, and you have to turn it up to hear them, and then it goes back to the other person whose microphone is super blown out, and their volume is like twice as loud as the other one. Or the background music is so high that you can barely hear what the person's saying anyway. And it's just like, my dude, this is pre-recorded content. What is your fucking excuse? Why are you like this? You know, if it's live, I guess it's a little bit more forgivable. Like, if I'm doing this, it's not quite as bad. If it's really blown out, or if it's something where the sound of the content that they're streaming, like if it's a game, if the sound of that content is, you know, the primary focus, and you can't hear it because all you can hear is them chewing a fucking lollipop or something, you know, or, you know, they're anything other than what you're supposed to be hearing is just, it's the reason I stream while my wife is at work, because she's working from home, and which means she's here for lunch. You know, she's got her office over the other side of the house. That sounds really, really posh, doesn't it? She's got her office, and then she comes out. You know, she has to come out to use the bathroom, or she wants a drink, or something like that. That's not so bad. I can close the door. But, you know, when it's lunchtime, she's in here with me. She's in, because I stream from my front room. My setup and everything is not permanent. The microphone comes down. The sim rig it's made of scrap wood, and it's on little furniture sliders, and it just gets slid out of the way. The monitor that I use isn't attached to anything. It just sits on the desk. So that gets taken off and stuck on the chair for my sim rig, and then it all gets packed away and shoved off into a corner. So obviously, when it's lunchtime, my wife is sitting like less than 2 meters away. I can't stream while she's sitting there. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are actually secretly like a toff, aren't you, Joey? I bet you sound like you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth. What? So yeah, it's not an ideal setup, and I'm hoping my Thrustmaster headset shows up. The audio quality for that isn't as good as this Yeti mic. It was never going to be as good, but it will mean that I don't have to. Oh, you've got a Jag. I've got a little Ford Fiesta. So the audio quality of the new headset's probably not going to be as good, but it will be a lot easier on me. Right now I've got cables and wires and crap trailing everywhere. At some point, maybe, hopefully, I'll be able to work out a way of keeping my sim rig off to one side permanently, and then I won't have to keep moving everything every 5 minutes just to do this. It also means that I'll be able to stream whenever I like. When my wife goes back to work in the office, which probably won't be for a few months at least until she's been vaccinated for the second time. And then, yeah, I think you have to wait another 6 weeks after that. I might set my sim rig up in the office, running through a secondary computer and then have that link in through Steam. And then I could just put my sim rig in the office. And then I could stream whenever I like then. If she wants to sit and play her games in the living room, that'd be fine. She can listen to her music or whatever and it won't bother me. I'll be sitting in the office. But yeah. And that'd be nice because I can control the audio a bit more then as well. I have a bit of a problem doing it here because, as Gillian noticed earlier on, go to the pub with Henry and Clarabelle, what? One would like a gin and tonic. Oh. Speaking of my wife, she has finished work slightly earlier than I'd anticipated, so I'm going to say I love you both very much. Thank you ever so much for sticking around. I'll be on Twitter for the rest of the day, so I'll be around, just not on here. And then I'll be streaming again on Thursday. So, Jelly, I hope you enjoy your walk. I hope the weather stays nice. Maddie, don't get sunburnt. And I'll speak to you both a bit later. Okay. Bye-zy bye.